whenever it's about most important professional decisions in your life, like fundraising, signing up to big deal, a job interview, I see loads of people making the same mistake. Look at this. If I'll be telling you now as a hook for this video, saying, hi, I just want to record a video. I hope you like it, but everything is okay, you know, some kind of like sad. That's wrong, right? I would lose you very fast. In fact, I maybe lost you already. What most people do when they're preparing for these big moments on their lives, which by the way are not that as big as they often imagine, is they get all the pitch decks ready, right? All the Excel, a CV, deck, whatever supports your story, because you want to make it good. You want to have a good impression. And then they go for a meeting, a call or one-on-one, and they have no energy, okay? I've had loads of calls with founders over the last few months. It's part of what I do. I help people with business development. I'm a founder myself, so I have loads of experience when it comes to developing business, building businesses, you know, especially early stages when it's like very hard to keep up, to stay positive because there's nothing there, right? And when I speak to those founders, they present me all sort of brilliant softwares and brilliant tech and ideas they have. And most of them are very, very smart people. Some are even like PhDs, medical doctors, you know, it's like engineers, some really smart guys. But when we're having a call, and that call is for about 20 minutes, maximum 30 minutes, because I don't have much time. It shouldn't last longer anyway, unless it's an in-person meeting. And unless, what I'm about to say, then most of these guys coming to the call and they're just so boring. So boring that after about 1 or 2 or 3 minutes max, I'm basically dying to get out of that call because I'm already in my head here. Like I'm on my head, I was like, oh, would it not easier or nicer for me to just walk in the woods and go to the gym? Of course, right? But I'm there, so I'm listening. And these guys, they fail to grab my attention and keep that attention within the first 2 to 3 minutes. And you have to understand, if you fail with that attention at the early moments of your call, it's going to be very hard for you to take it all back again later with your offer. Because unless your offer is going to be so good, like, oh, I'm going to do the very boring, I'm going to make you £1 million. You're going to make what? If you're going to make me £1 million, then I'm awake again. But let's face it, right? Most startups will not be able to offer that kind of stuff, right? So the offer is going to be like, oh, can you help us? It's going to be commission maybe you're going to pay you some base salary, something, but it's not exciting for me, right? So if you lost my attention at the beginning of a call, with what you're trying to do later, it's just like, I'm not with you, I'm sorry. And look, the same comes with professional life and so as much as a personal life. Imagine getting married. It doesn't matter if you want to or not, or if you are married, like just imagine it. Imagine 2 people are meeting each other and all they do is just going through some boring history of their lives. Like, oh, I've been born here, I've been doing this, I've done that. It's like, I don't think they would make a great couple, right? And even on the paper, they're like, oh, it ticks, it's got make money, it's got a job, it's not a nutter, no criminal record, that's fine, let's get married. No, that's not it. It's about the energy and, sorry, my glasses. It's about energy and the bonding between 2 people. And there's no difference when it comes to a business, guys, or getting a job. The most important part you should be prepared for when meeting somebody for the first time is to work out high energy meeting. You have to bring energy to the table, not only to keep somebody interested, but if you make good impressions within first few minutes, the energy, whoever looks at your CV later after that call, it will stay with them. It's very, it's something magical about this, because when you do this, when you bring that high energy, it stays with people for a long time, trust me. And when people remember you this way, they will go extra mile to help you. I don't know how exactly it works, it's just something about our nature. But that's exactly how it is. It's like some of the best or most successful deals I've ever made through was not because I was the perfect man for the job. It was because I was the most energetic one, the one everybody remembered. And these are the things you can't fake. It's really hard to fake. It's not something you can learn, but you can work on, because we all have it or not. Like, we all have it in ourselves to some degree. It's about how you look at your life, how you go about your problems and everything. That's what's either making your energy explode, or you're just going to hide it, right? And look, if there are people who can't just do it for whatever the reason, they're just, the boring type of scientist, excuse me, super important, right, in a society. It's just they're not very blessed when it comes to human interaction. So that's when people like myself come in, and then people like founders, this type of founders, boring founders, they should invest some time and money in people like myself. And there are people like this around you who will be driving the business for them. Again, I'm not talking about product, I'm not talking about your skills, that's all great, but that's not where the business comes from. It's just the way it is. You're gonna have to learn how to be a high energy person, and you're gonna have to focus on bringing that energy on every single meeting. The first meeting you do with anything that is anything important, it's all about energy. It's not as much as about your spreadsheets, your CVs, your achievements. That is important, but it comes later. The most important thing on your first call, on your first meeting, is the energy. Bring that to the table, and you're gonna have much, much higher chances of success. There is this saying, like, somebody successful somewhere said famously, after the meeting, you should ask yourself, did that person you meet with, did they drain your energy, or did they actually energize you more? And this is the indicator if you want to continue the friendship, partnership, whatever that is. Because you see, look, let's face it, right? I mean, building a business development is not something like, it's not rocket science, right? It's like all the knowledge is out there. There's like countless amounts of books you can read about this, sales techniques, business development techniques, do this, don't do that. And everybody can learn it, but not everybody can apply it in order to make it actually the other person's like, now you got me. So you can actually know how to build a business as a theory. You can maybe even build a product and have some sales. But if you can't build the energy around you or around people you meet with, at some point in the future it will stop you, because the most experienced people in business, they rely heavily on their gut feeling and the energy, levels. Very often when you're getting ghosted, or you're just getting, rejected from, job offering, business deal, or something, deal falling apart last moment, very often it's because of that. It's because at some point you've been approached by somebody who's experienced enough, who's reading your energy and his gut feeling or her gut feeling, and they just feel like it's not it. And it's nothing wrong with that. It's not personal. It's just your energy, that person's energy did not align, and they were experienced enough to know that this is not going to work for whatever the reason. I've had that in my life, building my startups, 2 or 3 times, where I hired people based on strictly on CV and like, okay, they're going to be great. And those are where my worst hires. And this came also with, that happened with one of my ex-business partners, who was just horrible experience, because I wasn't paying attention to my end. I probably wasn't experienced enough. I've never had video like this. Nobody ever told me this, what I'm just telling you. So when it comes to making a most important professional, I would say personal decisions as well, you're gonna have to rely heavily on energy both ways, whether you are offering something or accepting the offer. If it doesn't feel right because it's boring, I don't know, like they're gonna have to convince you it's okay, but it's gonna be very hard. If on the other hand it's you offering something, please make sure it's energy around you. It's all about energy. You can't fake it. Like, don't It's not about just smiling stupidly and repeating back to what somebody else said, right? That's not energy. That's like, everybody can see it. You're going to have to be very realistic. You can practice it. It's hard to learn, but you can practice it because it's in you. So I don't know if you can learn it actually, or you can just develop. Is it the same thing? I don't know. It's there, right? It's not like school for, go to school and 3 years of how to gain energy, although that would be probably pretty cool. So think about this. And if you're struggling as a business, if you can afford somebody like myself, it doesn't have to be me, I'm not selling you myself now. I mean, I am, everybody's selling always, right? But if you've got somebody like this around you, your friend or someone, spend that time with that person. Maybe ask them to come and join you, offer them something. And whenever the next meeting happens, let them be a leading force behind that meeting. The first meeting, that's all it is. There's just one meeting, the first one. And then the second one, that's what, let's say the first one was success. And the second one is like when you talk about the details of your product or services, you know, all the back end, all the problems you're solving, all of it. That comes later. That's for you. That's you're probably great as a founder, scientist, tech geek, or whatever that is. Yeah, I think that's it. It's very, very important. I don't think enough people are paying attention to it. Or even when it comes to your 9-to-5 interview, job interview, it's so important, right? And always remember, every kind of deal, at the end, there are two people making a decision, you and your counterparty. And whatever that is it HR, Karen, or is it a CEO, Dave, or is somebody else? It's them making that call, right? Yes or no. And if you have two candidates with the same credentials or same products, similar pricing, 100% guarantee you, 99.99999% people will choose the one with higher energy. And you can just say, but why? Why we this? That's why. I just told you why. That's it. I'm almost there. Well, I'm about 15 minutes away from my gym. Probably going to record one more video on the way back. But that's it for now. If you like that video, please leave me a like. If you're not subscribing yet, consider subscribing. Thank you so much for your support, for your time. Leave me a comment if you want to talk to me. Just be respectful. And I'll see you soon. Cheers!